you for stopping in today. Welcome back to Authentically Lovable You. I hope you have had a great Thanksgiving and getting ready for the next holiday coming, Christmas, and our new year. So today, what I want to talk about is about endings create new beginnings. So when we're authentically walking in our truth, we recognize and take time, hopefully before this new year is coming, some goals that we want to set up. And we do a little house cleaning. I know for myself. I look over my relationships, those things or those people that I want to keep in my life that have been healthy, supportive, productive, loving. And those relationships that I know that weren't life producing, I ended. So some of those relationships, you will have to weigh out the pros and cons for your own self. But usually a good predictor is, what are they adding to your life? If you're the only person giving and it's not a mutual, reciprocal, healthy relationship, then you need to set your boundaries, as we've talked about. And either how important is that relationship to you? Maybe look at some patterns, like what has been going on. Has this been just in the last year? And typically, it's not something that happens overnight. There are red flags that we've talked about that you can identify. And we never want to be in a place where we enable people or we're a doormat or we're codependent in that relationship. We want a healthy, loving, reciprocal relationship. So, as I go into the new year, I had to eliminate a lot of relationships, people that, said one thing and did another. So I'm really big in not even about your words, but what are your actions towards me? Are you authentic? Do you have integrity? Are you a person of your word? And you'll see that over time, as we've talked about. So when things come to an end, whether it's a relationship, a job, a location, things end usually for a reason. And when one door closes, another door opens. So even though it's an end to an important relationship, doesn't mean that you're not going to meet a new friend, okay? Or have a new girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever it is. That door closed for a reason. And some people are in our lives for a reason, a season, a lesson, or forever. So we have many types of different relationships, and we have to weigh out the importance and the meaning of that relationship. So don't be afraid if the door closes. Okay, you can make that decision freely on your own, and you don't need to have a dramatic ending. You can just walk away. Sometimes, I look at some of my relationships, and over time, the communication ceased. I was always reaching out to people, maybe every weekend, right? But then came a point where I realized I was doing all the initiating. And that's the only time they talked to me. Well, that was a boundary I needed to change because, again, we want to be reciprocating, meaning I'll call and then they can call, right? And, they can reach out and make plans and I can reach out and make plans. But if you're the only one doing everything, that's not a reciprocal relationship and that is not a healthy relationship. So weigh those relationships, the jobs, location, finances, health, ending create new beginnings, right? Giving up your coffee, maybe in your January goals to drink more green tea, ending sitting around and thinking about things. And a new beginning would be going out and creating something new. What would be something new you would like to create? Maybe a podcast, maybe write a book, maybe take some painting classes or pottery, learn to ice skate. travel the world. What are some new beginnings you would love to create? And I always try to start with 10 new things that I would love to create in the new year. And, if you hit one of 10, great. If you hit all 10, fabulous. And these goals, as you remember, you can create more at any time. It's kind of like our boundary list. We can create a new boundary at any time. Or maybe we can take away a boundary that was a bit harsh, that wasn't working for you. So as we come into this new year, I'll always reflect over the year. What was good? What was not so good? What could you have done different? What would you have wanted to change? Where did you excel? What was something great that really happened to you? And then in the new year, you can say, okay, I want to open this door. Maybe you want to learn a new language. Maybe you want to go to a new country. Maybe you want to investigate how to live abroad or have your side hustle. Start creating ideas and lists of things that interest you. And remember, a lot of times we're self-taught, and there's a lot of good stuff that we can research on the internet. And start researching. Start looking at the stories of the side hustles that went from nothing to something. All right. How do we grow? And even in our desire for wealth, passive income, side hustles, what can we do to create those things as we go into this new year? This new year will be filled with a lot of change, and don't be afraid of change. Right? Change means you're growing. So don't stay stuck, because if you stay stuck, you don't want to be left behind. You want to go with the flow. So be open to the new in the new year. Whatever does not suit you, whatever does not feel healthy to you, this is going into a new year. My goal, I'm not taking my past with me. Nobody from my past is coming. All right. And so this is going to I'm working with a brand new slate. All right. And I'm going to design it the way I want it to be. That's my heart. That's my passion. I love creativity. Will I make a mistake? Maybe. Right. So I can create a new picture. And that's all you got to do. So be open to the new. Think outside the box. What are some things that you would love to change up? Finances, health, running a marathon, meeting new friends, creating a new business, a new home business. So tap into your truth. And where do you see yourself this next year? What would be your ultimate passion and desire? And again, it's just like boundaries. You may come up with some ideas and you try them and you find that, hey, maybe this is not the path I should take. Go to some classes, talk to some people. Where did they find it? How did they come across their side hustle? How did they discover what it is that they wanted to do? And just because you pick one thing doesn't mean you have to stick with it. We're in a very flexible world, and you need to be flexible. It doesn't need to be rigid. You don't like the 9 to 5, then maybe work 8 to 12 and then work on your side hustle. But whatever is productive for you, because we need to have certain finances, availability, and make time for yourself. Make this a goal this year. I know for me that I want to have more fun. Okay. I want to travel. I want to meet new people. I want to experience a different kind of life than what I've had. And so in order to do that, that's where my authenticity comes in. I get honest and real with myself. And then I say, oh yeah, I would like to try that. Or if there's a particular person that pulls you down or is not encouraging, that's not a person you want to be around. Or if you get that gut, like, why is it after I talk to that person, I just have this sense like they're not trustworthy. I feel like they're just writing things down to gossip. Then don't talk to them. Go with your gut. find your level of peace. Where do you feel comfortable at? All right. And don't, set yourself up to say in a position or relationship that is not productive for you. This is your life. And when you look at yourself authentically and you have that honest communication with yourself, you know where you want to go. You know where you want to do. You know where you want to invest. All right? Because you can tell you're happy. You feel light. Mostly you have peace. And I have found recently that I don't do drama anymore. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to fight. I'm just going to walk away. And I have peace with that. And I'm okay with that. The other people may not like it. But you know what? This is about living my authentic life. And you got to start being loving to yourself. And the best way that you can be loving to yourself is to honor the things that promote you and produce good in you. You're not here to cater to other people. You're not here to bow to other people. That's a codependent relationship. Okay? You want to be independent. You want to have fun. You want to discover. You want to learn new things. So you got to let the door close because a new one is opening. I'll be moving my podcast over to YouTube in the new year. I am writing a new book. I am doing a new theme. I'm doing many new themes this next year. So hopefully the next time we speak, which will maybe be in a couple weeks, we can touch bases and go over goals of the new year and look at areas in your life that you would like to improve. And I could share what I'm working on, where I'm improving, and what I'm changing up. And I'm excited because 2025, yeah, it's going to be a good year. So remember to authentically love yourself, self-love, appreciate the person that you are. We're not perfect, but this next year, we're going to do an overhaul. I'm doing an overhaul on myself, changing up my wardrobe, changing up my looks, changing up how I do things, how I interact, how I respond, who I'm involved with. But above all else, I'm going to love myself through it. I'm going to be at peace, and I'm going to be happy. So continue to be authentically lovable you because it's showing. It's coming out. You're becoming your true self. This is the person you've always meant to be. And embrace it. You may not hit it every single day, and that's okay. Give yourself grace, as we talked about. So I hope you have a great holiday, and we will see you in the new year, 2025. Until then, keep reaching high, being your best self, and of course, be authentically lovable you. Till the new year, till next time, have a fantastic day.